It's time for an Out and About with Jamie Grout Shortcast, and with me, the guy to my left is Chief Jared Wallach of the Newton Fire Department. Chief, always a pleasure chatting with you. Thank you very much for joining me today. 9/11 ceremonies coming up this Thursday. Tell us what will happen.
Yeah, so we do our normal Remembering the Fallen ceremony. It'll be probably 30 minutes long. Bagpiper Ron Husted usually is there and does music for us. And it'll be a way for us to honor those that have fallen under the tones of never forget.
And I was there last year, and when we talked about this on the podcast, I didn't know. You enlightened me as to what the ringing of the bell was all about. Maybe you could explain that.
Yeah, the ringing of the 4-5s is a ceremonial salute to those that have fallen or given the ultimate sacrifice. And basically, the bell was used as a way to communicate between stations within larger departments in big cities. And so they would ring the bell to do different things. And one of those ceremonies was using it to announce the death of an important person. And so since we have kind of made the commitment to say that we will never forget those that died, we think it's a fitting time to ring the bell to, commemorate those 3,000, a little less than 3,000 people that died that day.
Yes, and it's great recognizing all those folks too. There were also heroes that came out of that too. And the only person from Iowa that died at 9/11 came from Newton too, Jim Clear. And a lot of people knew him. I know people that were involved with him in the community theater, and I've met Gene Clear too. And you have a statue out front that commemorates those firefighters that lost their lives. Will there be any special speakers at this event, Chief?
Nothing out of the ordinary. I usually do some sort of a message just to kind of commemorate the time and kind of get people to kind of remember what happened.
Okay, that's great. You usually have the garage doors open here for the fire department too. If people want to check out all the equipment that you have here, can they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Most of it will be outside. We have the doors open so people can kind of sit in the shade, and it's supposed to be warm this year again. It seems like it's always warm on 9/11. And so, yeah, we'll have all of that out, and we typically have some cake and some other things that people can kind of take a look at.
That's good. Nice refreshments are always appreciated, I'm sure. That'll be just great. Let's talk about the things you have pride in the fire department and the EMS here. I'm sure you and the other firefighters have badges of honor that you're certainly proud of here in fighting fires and saving lives.
Yeah, within the community, I mean, the honor comes with people trusting us with their lives, trusting us with their property. We're here to serve and protect, and we take that pretty seriously. But when people call us, it means that, they need help and they're looking to somebody that helps. Thinking about it on 9/11, there was 3,000 people killed that day, and 10% of them, basically a little more than 10%, were firefighters. That's a large number of people that were rushing in to help when others were rushing out.
Yeah, when you guys are called to a fire, you never know what to expect, do you?
That's right. They're extremely dynamic. Sometimes you think that you have kind of the fire by the tail and you're going to be able to put it out quickly, only to find that it's gotten away and got up into a different area. So very dynamic conditions.
Let's talk about the training you go through with EMS and firefighting a little bit.
Yeah, so a firefighter that comes to us, we're required to put them through a couple different classes. There's firefighter certifications, firefighter 1, firefighter 2. We get that done typically in their first year. And then after that, we concentrate more on the EMS side of it. EMS is 90% of what we do, and so they spend a significant amount of time training for that as well. We have all of our people trained up to the level of paramedic, and so that takes approximately a little over a year to get through that class. And so it's almost 2 full years before we have somebody fully trained and ready to go. But we utilize a lot of people to make that happen.
Are you looking for staffing for the fire department and EMS?
Yeah, we're always looking for staffing. We have a few positions coming open in the next 6 to 9 months. We currently have one of our firefighters, Rick Norris, who's been with us. It'll be 23 years in another week, and he'll be retiring. We've hired somebody to replace him. I've got Captain Chad Ray, and I've got Assistant Chief Rex Heisdorfer also slated for retirement in the next 6 months as well. So, yeah, so we're always looking for good candidates.
Okay, as we wrap up, once again, tell us about the ceremony coming up on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday we'll have our annual remembrance ceremony for 9/11 to pay credit to those people who made that ultimate sacrifice, the 343 firefighters. You know, there was a total of 3,000 that were killed almost in the other, all aspects of that. So,
Yep. One of them was comedian Pete Davidson's dad.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's talked about that extensively too. So big honor to all those who lost their lives. So Chief, thanks again for taking the time to join us. He's a busy man, and he did this on short notice today, folks. So want to give him mad props for that. So thank you very much for joining us on this Out and About with Jamie Grout Shortcast video. You can, of course, always catch that on outandaboutwithjamiegrout.com, on Spotify, on iHeart, Apple Podcasts, and wherever else you might want to listen to it. So thank you very much for joining us, and we'll catch you again next time. Thanks.